Hot Toys Spider-Man 2099 has been updated, right? And I want to ask the question, this is a good way for us to explore this, is criticizing Hot Toys effective? We have not seen the updated suit yet. They've just kind of teased it in the background here. But I don't know why they didn't do this to begin with. Maybe there was some practical reason where they needed to have joints on it and need to be that way. But maybe they said, fuck it, you're going to get it. This is what people want. We're just going to do it, right? Yeah, clearly it's effective, right? But I want to ask you guys, how effective is it? Because we were kind of touching on this a little bit earlier in the show. And now that we got an actual update because people complained so much about this was not something IGN covered that I saw, but I think it is something that the internet was very much aware of, because this Spider-Man 2099 was a bad look for Hot Toys across the web for the people that were following this type of stuff. Kiko, what do you think? Is criticizing Hot Toys effective? Because it sure as shit seems to be to me.
I want to talk about criticizing in general, because everyone was saying, oh, no, you can't criticize InArt. Not fair. Can't be doing that stuff. No. That people lit me up for being critical of InArt, but we're allowed to be critical of Hot Toys. I don't understand why that's there. But this is the point I made, is about criticizing companies in general. If you buy a figure, you essentially are a shareholder of that company. So if you buy and purchase their product, you then have the ability to speak into their business directions. They don't always have to listen to you, but as a consumer, because you purchase something, you have a say-so of what you just purchased. They don't have to listen to you. Sure, they most likely won't, but you do, if you purchase something, have the ability and the right to say something that bothers you and why I said something about the InArt stuff. The people that bitched about the InArt stuff may not have even bought one in the first place. So, but as somebody actually that owned one, I said, okay, I have the right to say this because I own one. So I just want to get that point out there about criticizing, about, if you are a consumer of a product, yes, you are allowed to be critical of it. That's how you grow through the pain and the breakage and things like that. That's how growth is. Will, you and I have talked about this. That is where growth comes from, is through controversy and pushback and pain and things like that. And so life lessons there, everybody. That's free. So let's get back to this. Is criticizing Hot Toy effective? Yes and no, because there's a lot of people. There needs to be this idea of balance, I think, because bitching over everything for no reason, simply just to be that guy for clicks, or people think that's me all the time for InArt, that I'm just out there just trying to just say, crazy stuff to get views. There's a difference of actual being critical. When we saw this 2099 originally, we're like, whoa, this does not look like any Hot Toy figure that has ever been produced. There's visible joints. It looks crazy. This looks like a giant SH Figure Arts. It looks like a Metacoms. It does not look like a Hot Toys figure. So yes, that is right to say, what happened here? And so they came back and they said, okay, you're right. We will fix this and make it right. And so, okay, good. They're listening to their consumers. And I think that's a great thing. So, but you have to understand that everything you can say about, I don't like the lips or on Obi-Wan or whatever, fix the head sculpt. I don't like the way the crease in this leather, change it back to leather, no pleather, no more. They're going to make the business decisions that make sense to them. Okay. And they obviously were hitting the pocketbook with this one. They're like, damn, no one's pre-ordering this. We need to make this a change real fast. That's what this comes from. Because I guarantee they look at some type of analytics to make these decisions, because some of the things they're like, fuck off. I don't care what you have to say about any of my products out there, because there's a lot of things they don't address, but there's somehow they knew that this one was an issue and they fixed it. I think the Supergirl is going to be an issue where they fix it as well, just because it's so vocal and they're not going to get any pre-orders, at least not the amount that they're hoping for, by not addressing it. So is it criticizing it effective? Sure, if it's valid. Don't be a whiny bitch, but actually be productive. Being critical, last thing I'll say, being critical is fine if you provide a solution to it. Whining about something with no path forward does not help the case at all, because give them a reason and then say what you think could happen, and we'll see what happens.
That's fair. That's reasonable. And I think we have a good example here. Dean can probably speak to this, about what Collecting Weekly did with InArt Gandalf. That was perfect, right? You guys went on a campaign and they changed it. So I think as long as it's productive and good constructive criticism and feedback, and it's loud enough that Hot Toys will listen to it. But Dean, what do you think, bro? What do you think about this criticism with Hot Toys and the changes? Because like we talked about with Supergirl, I don't even think it's a question. They're going to change it now. There's too much backlash. What do you think about the process?
Yeah, like you said, good, effective, and respectful. criticism is always a good thing, because I think for the most part you'll get a better result from whatever it is, whether it's a toy or whatever. I don't think you necessarily need to be a purchaser to see something that's a problem and voice an opinion on it. You know, I don't need to know how to fly a plane to know it doesn't belong in a tree, right? Or, you know, it's like, oh, you didn't vote for X, Y, and Z, you don't get to criticize how they. It's like, well, you know, I don't think you necessarily need to be a patron of sorts to voice an opinion, but I just wanted to counterpoint Kiko there.
Yeah.
But yeah, as long as you're making good, concise, thought out criticisms and you offer a solution, like with a Spider-Man. Why is there no cloth suit? It doesn't make sense. You know, it's now not going to match any of the other figures I have bought from you, and that's a problem. It's an issue. And you know, they went and retooled it and put on a fabric suit, and we'll see how it looks. So yeah, I think it's always a good thing to be able to criticize, again, as long as it's respectful. There's a lot of people that shouldn't be on the internet that say a lot of shitty things to people.
Facts.
You know, and artists have, especially Hot Toys artists, always have to take to their Instagrams and like, guys, like, leave me the fuck alone. Like, why are you fucking messaging me all this shit? You know, let those people do their jobs and you know, do it where it's appropriate. And you know, like you said, we've seen this work before, and not just with InArt and the stuff we did with the Gandalf staff, but Hot Toys. They've changed stuff in the past. They've also changed stuff without us even asking. Like the Batman, they updated the sculpt, the Pattinson Batman, and there's probably some more instances I can think of, but I'm drawing a blank. But yeah, I think it's definitely effective, because they want our money, and we want to give them our money. And you know, the prices we're paying also, it's like, hey, this isn't, you know, a $20 figure. This is, you know, quite a chunk of change, over $300 usually when it's all said and done, taxes and shipping. So yeah, you should definitely get what you expect for that money. That's not an insignificant amount of money. And especially in a time where people don't really have a lot of just lucrative or, you know, shit money to be spending on trivial shit. It's like, hey, you really got to step it up if I'm going to be paying you this. So I think it's always a good thing.
Yeah, I think so too, bro. And as long as it's respectful, like we've all said, then it's valuable, and it's valuable input into the system for Hot Toys. So I think that's always good. But yeah, I mean, the market's just tough right now. Try selling anything for what you paid for it, unless it's like a long sold out item. It's just not going to happen. So, so yeah, that's just kind of how it goes. But guys, let us know what you think about criticism of Hot Toys. I've seen some great comments in the chat. Let us know, and you know, we'll kind of go from there. But yeah, I think it's valuable as long as it's helpful. So I want to ask you guys, we're going to do a fun little exercise here.